I'm not. Wait. Okay, I'll be back on this. Hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the Daily Word, man. So this is gonna be a very quick episode because I'll be leaving to a meeting later. So, yeah. So I'm just gonna give you a few points from I think each sections from Luke 19. Yeah. Wait, hold on. So I give myself a timer now. I have like 15 minutes, so hopefully I can do it. I know I can do it. All right. So okay. So Zacchaeus, the tax collector. I must stay at your house today. Yeah. So from here, for the Son of Man came to seek and to save what was lost. Yeah. So this is the story of what was the name? Zacchaeus. Calm down, Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus. Um, Zacchaeus welcoming Jesus to his house. Yeah, not a lot of people can welcome people to his house. This is actually something that me and my uncle talked about yesterday, about like me staying at my uncle's house. Yeah, like not a lot of people can do that. Um, and yeah, and people was like, "Wow, you are taking in this sinner." Okay, but then, um, Jesus came to seek and to save what was lost. Okay, so Jesus is here to save all of us, to seek and save what was lost. So, yeah, sometimes we are lost, but we have to look for the Lord, seek Jesus as well. Okay, so we will be seeking for each other. Okay, and Jesus is like Zacchaeus as well. He is always welcoming. He will always welcome us with open arms. We can always look for him. You know, yeah. So in times of doubt, you should always look for him. So okay. So after that, the parable of the 10 minas. Okay, so we're gonna go to verse 26. Verse 26 will be, I tell you that to everyone who has more will be given, but as for the one who has nothing, but even what he has will be taken away. So this is talking about like when the master gave the servants 5 minas, is it five minas, and then they give back 5 more. But then there's this one who just deposit the minas money. You put my money on deposit. When I come back, I could have collected it with interest. Yeah. So like when we are being gifted by gifts, of like, let's say for example, like the laptop I'm using, or like anything, absolutely anything, when we are given all of these gifts, we have to make full use of it, not to just receive it or keep it for ourselves. Okay, take it for ourselves and not sharing it. It's like, okay, I give my kid a toy, but my kid is not sharing this toy with his or her friend. Wouldn't that be like, wouldn't sharing that toy with a friend feel much better? You know, that's what I felt like when I was much younger. When I have my toy, I want to enjoy it myself. I want to use that toy for myself. But then I feel like it's kind of lonely. But then I was trying to share my toy with my friends, like doing birthday parties. But I feel like I'm scared that they're gonna spoil it. But then, yeah, I and as day goes by, as time goes by, I started to learn like the act of giving and the act of like letting go some of your gifts. Like sharing is much more enjoyable than like keeping it for yourself. Okay, yeah. So there's this quote. I actually love this quote. In the Bible as well. It did kind of mention this quote verse. It's like, you make a living by what you take. You make a life by what you give. Something like that. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. So I truly believe in that as well. Yeah. Okay. So after that, we are gonna go into Jesus comes to Jerusalem as king. So this will be the title. Yeah. Verse 41. verse 40. Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord, peace in heaven and glory in the highest. Some of the Pharisees and Sadducees rebuked your disciples. I tell you, he replied, if they keep quiet, the stones will cry out. As he approached Jerusalem and the city, and saw the city, he wept over it, and said, if you had only known on this day what would bring you peace, but now it is hidden from your eyes. The days will come upon you when your enemies will build an embankment against you and encircle you and hem you in on every side. They will dash you to the ground, you and your children within your walls. They will not leave one stone on another, because you did not recognize the time of God's coming to you. Then he entered the temple area and began driving out those who were selling. Okay, where was it? Your enemies will build an embankment. This is actually quite a bit of confusion. I don't truly understand, but I would say from verse 43 is very clear. The days will come upon you when your enemies will build an embankment against you and encircle you and hem you on embankment. Let me see that's the meaning of embankment. Okay. Wall or bank or bank of earth or stone built to prevent a flood. Yeah. Encircle you, form a circle around, surround you, hem you, and on all sides. Yeah. So there's gonna be times where it's like an intervention when people are circling you and building a wall, like don't want you to know them, or like to be close to them. They have this wall or something, they gang up on you. Okay, like yeah, they gang up on you. It can be like for us believers to like being gang up by non-believers and they wanting you to believe in their religion or their gods. Okay, yeah. So it's our principle. It's in our. We really need to be faithful and hold on to faith and hold on to our beliefs, to not be stumbled by our enemies, by people, by non-believers, by antichrist, anti-Christians. Yeah, like anyone outside of our circle. Yeah, so and I believe that we should definitely take this into account, like when we are when we surround ourselves with people, because every single day we interact with people. So it's very important to know who are we interacting with and who is in our circle of influence, or our circle in general. Like who are we talking to and how they affect us. And are they affecting us? Yeah. So, and are we gonna let them affect us? Like if I would say influencer, if their influence is good influence, then I would say that that's great. Okay, we can learn something from that. So so it's very crucial for us to filter as well, like what are the things that we should take in and what are the things that we should learn from. Okay, even though sometimes people may say bad things, okay, we don't block it out completely, we learn from that. I would say learning from that is great, because you're receiving and then you filter it inside your brain. Okay, you don't necessarily have to agree with them all the time, but you can decide for yourself in your head, or maybe some other time. Okay, and learn from it, learn about maybe learn from like why this person speak like that. Okay, or what can I learn from this specific sentence that this guy has said. Okay, yeah. So with all that said, we always have to be prepared if we were to be gang, okay, to be encircle or embankment against us, or hem you in on every side. Okay, there's gonna be times. Okay, that's what Jesus said. The days will come upon you, and when that day comes, will you be ready? Okay, I've heard that quote from the superhero movie. It's a very funny movie. Okay, yeah. Yeah. But it's true. When that day comes, will you be ready? Yeah, I really love this quote. So that's why I I've learned from this book as well. It's a very good book. I keep on mentioning this book. I think I will always like talk about a book when I'm reading them, you know. Yeah, but in a way, it's actually gonna make me remember them much better. So yeah, in this book, it talks about equipping leaders to be able to be ready to lead future leaders. Yeah, so same as us, that we have to equip ourselves to be ready to face all of these enemies. Yeah, okay. And we would never know who are the enemies. It might be a very persuasive enemy, but really have to we have to hold on to our faith, hold on to our belief, act with integrity, with principle, and with and really know who we are. Okay, really have a strong understanding of who we are. Okay, Jesus at the temple drive out those who were selling, yet they could not find any way to do it because all the people hung on his words. Every day he was teaching at the temple, but the chief priests, the teachers of the law, the leaders among the people were trying to kill him. Okay. So you see, like even people cannot kill Jesus. People are trying to, but his words are too wise. I've read something about it on this book as well. Yeah, but this person is a pastor. Okay, so I think he uses a lot of these kind of examples. Like yeah, talking about this commander. The others were trying to like attack him already, but then I don't know, he somehow did this something. He's quite wise and quite humble to like approach the people are trying to attack, and in the end they didn't attack them. So it's more or less the same story as Jesus, but Jesus is the first person to have this story. Okay, when Jesus entered the temple courts, he began to drive out those who were selling. Yeah, it's written, he said to them, my house will be a house of prayers, but you made it a den of robbers. Okay, so on the book of Matthew, I actually talked about this before, but now it's a different kind of understanding. Now it's more of a, I would say back then when I first joined the church that I'm with right now, I have this thought as well. Like I thought people were there to do businesses, and the church is people were there to do businesses, but then in a way it's kind of inevitable. But then we have to remember the church, the intention why we go to church is to understand the word of God better from pastor, or to praise and worship. Yeah, so we really have to know our intentions, why we do what we do. Okay, yeah. And if we were to sell things, to do business in church, then we have the pastor, anyone in the church has all the rights to drive us out of the church, because that's not why the church was built. Okay, yeah, the church was built as a house of prayer, and only for prayer, and now it has evolved into something much better, much greater. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the daily word. 15 minutes. Woo! Yeah, I like this time constraint, because I have a timer running right now, which is great. Yeah, I think this is much more effective. It makes me think of a better way to get my point across. Yeah, which is great, and doesn't make me kind of like brain fog, or like it makes my brain. It doesn't really make my brain hurt that much, because if I were to do this in an hour or 30 minutes, it's probably gonna hurt my brain. It probably hurts my brain a lot. So that you guys didn't know, I actually like after every live stream, I usually lay down in bed and then I doze off. Yeah, I think it's because I think too much, and like it's a lot of my brain power. But yeah, 15 minutes I would say is alright. It's great. doesn't really help my brain, and I really have to go. Okay, so may God bless you. To I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Yeah, and peace be with you. Okay, all right. See ya. Bye bye.